So this is the pump vacuum. Now I'm so excited that the company gave this to me because I freeze dry a lot of food each year, especially at the end of a growing season. One of my favorite things to freeze dry are herbs and greens. So this, as an example, is the kale powder. And I want to show you exactly how to use this vacuum pump because there are parts in here that I thought I was actually missing, but it turns out it's actually inside of the pump. So I'm going to show you exactly what those parts are, and then I'll show you how to use it and how well this works. It is so convenient to have something this small and handy to be able to keep in my kitchen instead of using something like a food saver. So I definitely recommend giving this a try out, but first let me show you how to use it. So let's take a look at what's included. You have your instructions, there's the charging cord. They also include lids for both regular and wide mouth, some labels, a little opener for the lid, and then a bag that you can do some vacuum sealing with, and then you have your actual vacuum sealer. So now we'll take a look at the other parts that are included in the vacuum sealer. If you look on the underside, you have this kind of part that protrudes. You're gonna need to take this out. This is your vacuum pump sealer nozzle. You wanna take that out before using it on any of the jars. You also need to take out this part that is a bit tight to remove, but you can remove that as well. And you're gonna need nothing inside of here for you to be able to do it on the lid of one of your jars. Now right here, you can see you can either choose the standard size or the large mouth or the wide mouth, and you're just gonna have to line up. It's a little hard to see here, but there are little arrows that you just need to line up depending on the size of the lid that you have. So I have wide mouth, so I'm gonna move it to the L, and then we'll go ahead and try it on the kale. I want it to stay as fresh as possible, so I want to vacuum seal it every time I use it. So what I'm gonna do is place my lid on top, and then once I have this lined up, which I do for the large mouth, I'm gonna put it on top and press it down into place. Once you've done that, you have the ability to go ahead and press the begin button, so we'll do that. Okay, and then we can go ahead and take this off. That's the one thing I wish it were just a little bit easier to take this off, but you do have to use a little bit of elbow grease. And then this is not coming off. And just to show you how well the seal is, we're gonna go ahead and take the little opener here and we'll open it, and you'll see, because if it's sealed correctly, all this kale powder should kind of go up in a little bit of a puff. So you can see it moving. So we know it was sealed very, very well. So the next thing I'm gonna show you is how to use it with the bag. So some tips: don't overfill the bag or you're really gonna struggle getting this to work. Also make sure that the top of the bag is really closed tight. You do not want any air getting in there, because when you suck out the air, it's not going to work if it's not closed tight. So next thing you're gonna do is you're going to take the vacuum sealer, the vacuum pump, and you're gonna put this piece back in. So you're gonna go ahead and put that in there and just kind of secure it into place, maybe turn it a little bit. And then you need to make sure that these little arrows are both pointed to the S. So before we had it on the large mouth, which kind of causes it to retract, but we need it to come out. So we're gonna move it over to the S, which is the standard, and that's gonna have it come out, and then we're gonna fit it over the circle of this hole. So we'll do that now. And I am kind of holding it down as well. And you can see it is sucking it out. Now, I don't want it too much because I don't want it to break the cookie, so I'm gonna stop it there. And now it's nice and vacuum sealed. It is a great feature to have, to be able to do this with the bags, and then it's perfect for if you put it in the freezer or anything.